Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to talk about time to the hour. I'm going to show you a quick website that I think is really good that will be helpful for you to practice time before we actually get into our activity. Okay, and I will link this to Google Classroom, or if you're not in Google Classroom, I will email it to your parents too. And you might even use it in the classroom, I'm not quite sure. So we're going to look at the hour hand and the minute hand. Let me just get going here. So the hour hand is the shorter hand. And since we're just talking about time to the hour, we're going to see how the hour hand moves versus the minute hand. The minute hand takes a long time to go around. It takes 1 full hour for it to change to the next hour. So if I take the minute hand, right now we're on 2 o'clock. Okay, and when the minute hand's on the 12, that means it's 0 o'clock. We're on the hour. So we're going to go all the way around and watch that hour hand too. What happens? So it's turning 2 o'clock, and now we're going all the way around, and now we're at 3 o'clock. Okay, and if I take that minute hand and I go all the way around again, watch the hour hand, the red hand, as I'm moving the minute hand. Go all the way around just once around the clock. Now we're at 4 o'clock. Do one more time just so you can see. The minute hand's going to go all the way around. And now we're at 5 o'clock. So now you can see the difference between the minute hand and the hour hand and how long it takes to go all the way around. So the minute has to go all the way around for it to become a new hour. Okay? So now let's look at the worksheet. Okay, so the first page, they have the first one done for us. So they're trying to show you 7 o'clock. So we're going to look at the minute hand. The minute hand is the longer hand. I'm just going to, okay. So the minute hand, I'm going to make blue. The minute hand is the longer hand. And then the hour hand, which is pointing to the 7 to show 7 o'clock, the shorter hand is we're going to put in red, just so you can see the difference. Okay? So remember, when the minute hand's on the 12, it says 0 o'clock. All right, so let's look at numbers 3, 4, and 5. These I'll do with you. And the second page, if you want to just write your answers on a piece of paper or email them to your teacher, that would be good too. Okay, so here we go. So the first one, again, we're going to look at the minute hand. The minute hand is on the 12, so we know that says 0 o'clock, and that's this word right here. It says 0 o'clock. And we're going to look at the hour hand, the shorter hand, and it's pointing to the 9. So we know that the time must be, any ideas? Any guesses? 9 o'clock. Okay. So now let's look at the next one. Oops. So again, the minute hand's pointing to the 12, so that means 0 o'clock. And now we're going to look and see where the hour hand is pointing to, and it's pointing to what number? It's pointing to the 8, so it must be 8 o'clock. Okay. Oops. Okay. And now let's look at the last one here. Again, the minute hand's at the 12, so we know it's 0 o'clock. And the hour hand's pointing to what number? Pointing to the 11, so it must be 11 o'clock. Okay. Everybody see that? All right. Let's move on to the next. So numbers 6 and 7, part of the clock is missing. So if we're looking at number 6, it says it's 6 o'clock. Now, looking at this clock, what do you think is missing? Is it the hour hand or the minute hand? Well, I can see that this hand right here, whatever it is, I'm not saying it yet, is pointing to the 6, and it seems pretty short, so it must be the hour hand. So I know that the minute hand should be pointing to the 12 to show 6 o'clock. Okay. Now let's look at the next one. They say the time should be 3 o'clock. So I'm looking at this hand here and it's pointing to the 12. So I know that 12 must be the minute hand. It seems pretty long. So I'm going to put my hand pointing to the 3, but not too long because it should be shorter, to the 3, so show 3 o'clock. Okay. All right. So now let's look at the next page. I'm just going to guide you through. And it says to color your hour hand red, but if you're just doing this on paper, you can just write the times that go along with each of the clocks. Okay, so for number 8, they do it for you. So they circle the number that the hour hand is pointing to. So in this case, it's pointing to the 1. So they know that it's 1 o'clock. Okay, and we can do the same, and I will circle all the hour times for each of these clocks just to help you go through, but I won't give you the answer. See if you can give me the answers. Okay, so let me get, okay, so this one for number 9, they have the hour hand is pointing to this number. So what time would it be? Okay, I won't say. Write it on your paper. Okay, let's look at number 10. You know, our minute hand is pointing to the 12. Okay, and the hour hand is pointing to this number. So what time would it be? Okay, and number 11, here's our minute hand. It's pointing to the 12 again, so we know it says o'clock. And the hour hand is pointing to this number. So what time is it? Take a guess, write it down. Good, okay. Let's go to the next, last 2 here. Okay, so here the hour hand and the minute hand are both pointing to this number. So what time would it be? Still o'clock, but look at that number. And then write down your answer. Okay, and the last one, we have the minute hand to the 12 again, and here our hour hand is pointing to this number. Take a guess, write it down. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Again, I will leave that website up for the clock so you can play around with it. I think it will help you learn how to do time and play some games with your parents with it. If you have any questions, let us know and we'll see you soon. Bye.